what to expect with an estimate from us. Once you tell us what you want to use the space for, we're going to help you.
I mean, and it's not even because of that, it's just the way I did it.
I don't like that door style. That's okay, we can come in here, we can change it.
Show them what we're capable of before we even get started.
And I'll put this out here. There's no money up front with us. Hey, this is Brian with Good Guy Home Improvements. I'm here with Joe. This is our second podcast. Today we have Drake with us, and he's our lead estimator. On this episode, we're going to talk more about what's the process of getting an estimate from us, from contacting us, how to find us, what to expect. We're just going to break it down so it's more simple to, so it's not frightening to call anybody. You know what you're going to walk into. We're just going to break it down and share with how our process works. So this is, you guys have met Joe. This is Drake. Drake, just something about yourself and when you started here with us and what you do.
Yeah. Again, my name's Drake. Lead estimator here for Good Guy. Started back in July. It's been a few months now, but I've known, I've known Joe and Brian for a few years now, though. Real good guys. Loved what they did, so decided to come work with them because I believed in what they were doing.
Talk about what you do here.
I do a little bit of everything. Talk to the customers when they reach out to us about their basement projects, roofing. I like to kind of get an idea of what their vision is for the space, and even help them to come to a complete version of what they want to use that space for. So I work one-on-one with you, spend the time with the customers, and just kind of go through and get the measurements of the basement, build that 3D rendering for them, and essentially just kind of bring their vision to life. So, we can all be on the same page about what they want, what's going to be best for them, and the easiest way to go about doing it.
How to find us for a free estimate. This is basically, we're everywhere. Anywhere you want to look, you're going to find us. You can put us in for a basement, Google, get on the internet, Google us. You're going to find us there. Call us, email. Those are going to be the fastest responses. Call us, email. We're going to come right back out. We're going to get right back in touch with you. You find us on Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah. We try to get back to
YouTube.
you as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you email or call late in the evening, it'll be the next morning when we get a hold of you, but we try to get a hold of you within, half hour if we don't answer the phone.
Timely manner.
Yeah. And then we get your estimate out to you within 24 to 48 hours.
Let's talk about like when a customer wants to reach out and get an estimate.
Perfect. Yeah. Tell me. So customer calls in to Good Guy Home Improvements. Just say that they give us a call. Somebody, the phone didn't get answered. What's happening?
Typically they'll leave a message. That's probably the best way to do it. Let us know who you are, what you're kind of interested in, and we like to reach out and just kind of, just see what your vision is for what you got going on. Let's just use a basement, for instance. A customer calls in with a basement, and let's figure out what they have vision for that area. You want a bedroom? You have a bathroom rough in? You have a need for an office, gym? We're definitely going to accommodate for whatever they have envisioned down there. So, we'll reach back out. We'll get them scheduled for an estimate. We'll come out, take a look at everything, get some measurements, get a scan done, and put together a 3D rendering for them so that way they can kind of see that vision come together before we actually get started. And we're not going to be like a pushy salesman either. I mean,
never.
We'll come out and we'll just hear you out. We'll hear what you want to utilize the space with, and we're not there to sell you the project. We're just there to help, essentially.
Right. No pushy sales tactics, right?
That's right.
That's
I don't
right.
think any of us has ever pushed for a sale.
Never, yeah.
I'm actually, if you're gonna ask my opinion on some things, I'm just gonna be honest with you. If it's something that I'm not gonna try to sell you on something that's gonna try to make us more money, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. If it's something I'm like, hey, like I wouldn't do it,
Yeah,
and this is why. I'm gonna explain my reasons why, because I've seen it. You know, somebody wants to. They think that what if I put this and this and this in there? Is it gonna do this? In my honest opinion, no. It's not gonna add the value to it. If you're looking for a value thing, I'm gonna tell you. Does it leave money on the table? Probably, but that's okay. I'd rather you
yeah.
I'd rather you trust our opinion on things, and not think that we're coming in to, you know, get the highest ticket and get the job and take off. And if you have any questions about ours, reach out. We can come out and meet with you, we can go over our estimates. Not that I don't need to ask about anybody else's estimates. We can go over here and just make sure that we do understand everything. When we're going through it, materials, labor, we try to make it as detailed as possible. So when we get into this project, we're not coming and saying, hey, well, you got to pay for this now, or you're going to have, you know, extra $5,000 that you're stuck paying for because we're doing the project. We try to be as clear as possible, and if you have questions, ask us. And I'm not saying that other contractors are doing that. I'm just letting you know, like, we are open to discuss. If you see something on the estimate and you don't understand it, reach out to us. And I'll put this out here: there's no money up front with us. Mm-hmm. There's no money up front. When I come in here and we go over this, and you know, we sign, I'm not taking money. We are starting your project before we take money. That's one thing that we've always done, because everybody has heard the contractor took my money.
I mean, and it's not even because of that, it's just the way I did it.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not, but it's just been like that since the business has started.
Right.
It's a no money up front.
Essentially, we use a program that allows us to go in there and scan your basement. It'll give us all the measurements that we need for your estimating, or for the estimate, sorry. And what we'll do with that is, you know, when we're out there and getting your ideas put together and just kind of getting your vision for the space, we'll be able to work on that scan and essentially just bring it to life. So that way you can see it digitally, walk through it, and then, you know, if you happen to change your mind on something, I mean, it's real easy to just switch it over in that program, show them what we're capable of before we even get started.
When we go in there and it's like, hey, I want to do the floor. I just want to do the floor. And that's fine. You want to just do a floor. What we are going to do is we're going to educate you on what other tasks that might run into. Because we get that a lot. You know, can we just change the baseboard or the casing, or just let me put this door in? You can. But from experience, we're always going to educate you on what that might lead to. We come in to do a new floor that you've already got the doors are setting on, the door jambs, the casing's on, the baseboard's on. When we go to move that, it runs into more work, right?
Yeah, there's different levels of the flooring. If you have hardwood flooring that's 3/4 inches thick, and it's old hardwood that you want to get rid of, and you want to go to an LVP, the LVP is not as thick. All your door jambs are sitting right on top of that hardwood floor. So when we go in with the LVP, now we got a gap. So that's an issue. And one way to fix it is to, you know, take the door jambs loose, drop the whole thing, recase it out. You know, there's really no other way to do it. Otherwise, you're going to have that gap. That's the best way to do it. Yeah. And then that also can lead, like if your doors and trim are painted, now that leads into painting. Just a lot of things like that in home improvement with everything that we can help you, tell you what that's going to lead to, versus just coming in and, you know, giving you your LVP floor and then collecting the check and bouncing, and now you've got gaps underneath your door jambs or whatever the issue is. We will explain that to you so that you know what you're getting into, basically.
Yeah.
We're not just gonna,
We don't want to blindside you.
yeah,
Yeah.
not just gonna say that, well, that's on you. No, we're gonna educate you what's gonna happen, and we can bid. You know, the homeowner, a lot of homeowners can paint, so you can do your own painting, but we're gonna let you know what issues may arise, and we can bid those separately and take care of them for you, or you can deal with it yourself or hire another contractor for that. You
Yeah.
know? But we're not just gonna not say anything and leave you in the dark on it and say it's on you.
So with our line by line estimate, we get that question sometimes is, what about the painting? You know, the painting. I think I can do my own painting. That's fine. You know, that's another reason we got a line by line estimate.
Yeah.
So if we're doing a project and you want to save that little bit of a cost, and it's like, okay, well, I can do my own painting. That's fine. We can take that off. We can work with it on the schedule. There are some things that we won't take off, and that's going to be with anything that's being permitted and inspected. We won't take those off just because that can really hold the project up. We've been doing this, so we know what goes into it, and I'm not saying that nobody else does. It's just to keep our stuff going. It's easier if we just keep intact on those. What to expect with an estimate from us? How quick am I gonna get a quote?
I'd say within like 24 to 48 hours.
That's quick.
Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah.
mean, I feel like it
Essentially,
is.
that's pretty quick.
I feel like it is.
Especially like Joe had mentioned, you know, a lot of the other contractors may not do that. Not saying everybody does longer
Right.
than that, but
Yeah.
So what am I getting with this estimate?
you're going to get a very detailed breakdown.
Okay.
So, like you had mentioned, you know, you're going to get the line by line breakdown of what we're doing, you know, the price for that line item and why we're kind of pricing it that way in a sense. And then along with that, the 3D rendering of the basement with, you know, your vision kind of put together already. So I think it's a really detailed explanation of, you know, where your money's going. And with that being said, you know, we want to build that trust with them. So I think the more details we can give them, the better.
Yeah. After you received your estimate from us, what do you expect? What are you going to expect? We had talked about getting it 24 to 48 hours. You're going to get a 2D and 3D rendering of it. You're going to get a line-by-line estimate. So we put a sample together. We're going to run through it real quick, kind of show you exactly what you are going to see. And if you got any questions about it, you can always comment, ask us about it. On this one, it's just going to be a quick little basement quote. We have allowances on here. You're going to see it does have a descriptions underneath of it. It's going to be for your basement. If there's the vanity on there, that allowance is going to be on there for your flooring. It's going and so forth. The demo we have on there, you see it's demo and disposal. It has a description under it. What are we going to demo? It's going to have it under there. It's going to have a price to the right of it. That is for this line item. Framing is on there. It's going to tell you what does that framing include. It does have the 8-foot ceilings, the linear foot, and what might remain, which is going to be a half wall. Every line item has a description underneath of it. What is it going to be? And it has the price for that. So when you go through our estimate and you see the total at the bottom, you can go through and see exactly what everything costs. This is why this is here. We're not just going to put a list of everything and then just give you a total. Because then you're going to ask, well, what's this cost? What's that cost? It is here in this. If you have any questions on any of it, contact us. Down here, you do have a subtotal, which is the total and the balance due. Same. The total is $31,750. That's what you're going to pay unless anything changes. Out of that total, you can see line by line how the price came up with. So you're not going to be, wondering like how'd they come up with that price. And again, if you had any questions on it, reach out. We will go into more detail on any of them. Let's talk about the 2D and 3D renderings. when you have a project with us, you are in our CRM. Everything's on the same platform. You're able to log in anytime, see what's going on the project, see the layout, see your estimate. You can message us on there. Everybody's on there. This is going to help you to actually see what you're going to get walking into it, instead of thinking like, I don't want, what we don't want is you to think it's going to be this way and it comes out this way. This is to help everybody vision the same project, coming out with the exact results that we want to get. This is going to be your 2D. We'll get into a 3D that's going to actually be able to kind of walk through it. So yeah, this is going to let you actually see what we are doing. What am I going to get? Because we do get people like, I can't, vision this, and that's fine. This is what we're going to do. We're going to help 2D, 3D rendering. This comes with your quote. This is what's going to help. And then in this is like, okay, well, I don't like that door style. That's okay. We can come in here, we can change it. You want the bar laid out different? That's okay. We can come in here and change it. This is what's going to help everybody, be able to see exactly what we're gonna get. The finished product is what this is. This is something that you get. You will actually be able to kind of move it around, look at it at yourself.
Okay, so let's say you were kind of unsure of how to utilize the space, and I initially, let's say we put this together as, hey, this is an option for you. This is a good way I think you could utilize it with what you are kind of wanting out of the space. But then you change your mind, or you come up with a new idea, like, oh well, I could use a separate room or an office down here, right? Super easy to do. We could just essentially just map out a new room here, throw a new door on. And now we have a new office down here for you.
Perfect.
So, it's super easy to accommodate if you change your mind on something, or, come up with like a new idea, or want to utilize the space differently.
This is the best time to change what you want. That's why we want to give this 3D rendering. It's going to be easy to say, hey, can we make this adjustments? Yes. We want to, to give you the vision that you're going to want at the end before we even start your project. So being able to know, exactly what you're getting, I think is very important to us, because like I said, I want everybody to have the same vision. I don't want you to expect that you're getting something and you get something else. So this is something that, we provide with our free estimate to make sure that you know what you're getting. Let's talk about, I don't know what I want in my basement. What's going to happen? You come down and give somebody an estimate. You go down there and they don't know what they want. How are we going to figure this out?
I think the best thing for that, I would, so essentially I'd talk to the customer and I'd get your ideas. Like, you've got to have some sort of an idea of what you want to use that space for. You obviously want it finished. At that point, okay, great. Do you want a big open room? Do you plan on using it as a family room? Do you want a bathroom down here for any guests, or do you want a bedroom or an office? I think the best thing to know is what you want to use that space for first. We can work out the small details later. Flooring, how you want your ceiling done, because there's a lot of options to go through, and I know it can be a little overwhelming. So, we definitely want to make it as easy as possible. And I think just knowing what you want to use your space for is the best first step.
Yeah, I agree. So, yeah, we walk down. What are we going to use this for? What do you envision yourself doing? Are you coming down to do gymnastics? Are you running around? Are you doing the obstacle course? Are you going to relax?
Yeah, you're going to put the kids down there. Are you trying to get away from the kids?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes we get that.
A theater room,
my own space.
Man cave.
Yeah. So I think to get to get this estimate is like kind of figuring out what we want to use the space for. So don't feel like you have to know everything before you can get an estimate for us. It can be pretty simple. Once you tell us what you want to use the space for, we're going to help you. The only thing that might take a little bit longer on getting the estimate, and we can still get you an estimate to you, is when we're going into doing our custom cabinets, custom woodwork. Sometimes that's going to take us a little bit longer, so we make sure you get exactly what you want. When we come down there, we're not giving a ballpark. We do not give ballpark prices. This one thing that we just stand behind is if I come down there, I get to ask a lot. Well, what's this going to cost? How much do you think this is going to cost? And I'm going to tell you right now, if I was to give you a number, I'm probably going to lie to you. And that's something I don't want to do, because the last thing I want to do is to ballpark something, get back to the office, get you an estimate together, and it's $10,000 more, $5,000 more. And, it's like, oh, well, you've done this so long. Can't you just tell me? I can't, because every job is different. Every job is priced, through our system. So it is not, when we come back, I don't put it together and be like, oh, well, I think it's going to take this long, so I'm going to charge this much. We have a system. Everybody is charged the same. This is not like, oh, well, this was a nicer place, we're going to do this. It's a system. Everybody's treated the same. Everything's priced the same. So if I was to just give you a ballpark and I get back to the office and it's $2,000 more, you're going to feel a certain type of way compared to, let me give you, or give us 24, 48 hours. We'll give you a quote. That's what it's going to cost. This is not a ballpark. This is not a guess. This is what it costs. So there's one thing that, we stand behind on, is not giving ballpark prices. But that is one thing with our estimates. You're going to get the estimate in 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes if you come on a Friday, you're going to get it Monday though. There are some exceptions. And let's talk about how to get on our schedule. After we have done, you've contacted us, set up an estimate, we come out, we go over the details on the project that you want to do. We scan the basement. We'll get the 2D to 3D renderings. We're going to get you a line by line estimate sent out. When this gets sent out, everything is agreed on. We will sign that quote. Then we'll start purchasing. When we start purchasing and get all of the items, all of the materials, we'll actually schedule it before that. But tentatively, we will schedule you.
But we need all those materials before we start, because we can't start your job and then be waiting on a vanity or a faucet, because we want to get in and out within an 8 to 10 week time frame, because that's our system, our schedule, and also you don't want us living in your house. So all the items have to be picked out, purchased, and here. And if you change your mind, the night before, no problem. We'll take you off the schedule and put you back on wherever you want to go. The materials, like if you decided you didn't want to do the job, we can return the materials, but the permits would already be pulled, so you would have to pay for those permits. But you could definitely back out and not do it at all, or back out and do it at a later date. It doesn't matter to us.
Yeah, so that is one thing. Like when you sign this quote, don't be scared, because you're not locked in.
Locked in.
We've had people come to us. Things happen.
Yeah.
Life happens.
Sure.
So, it comes down to it, and it's like, hey, we can't do this project. Whatever happens, you don't have to explain to us or anything. You just let us know. We're not going to hold you to it. It's as simple as, we wish the best of luck, whatever's going on. Reach back out to us if you'd like to do the project.
Yeah.
There are only a couple things that are in there, which is, like Joe mentioned, if we've pulled permits, we have paid for those. If there are custom cabinets that have been ordered, custom woodwork or materials, those have been paid for. Those are the only things
We can't return them.
that we can't return.
Custom
other than
carpet,
that-
anything custom.
Yeah. Other than that, we're free to walk.
We like to recommend some places that are familiar with us and like how we do business, and our customers even. So depending upon what you need for your basement, we would recommend, you know, hey, if you're looking at, let's say, carpet, right? We have a place for you to go to pick out that carpet. You know, if your basement needs LVP, luxury vinyl plank, and stair treads, you know, we have another place for that and someone else you can contact. You know, so on and so forth. So, you know, even if you're just feeling a little overwhelmed with, you know, selections and, you know, where to even start, you know, we'll help you. We'll get you to that point and just kind of guide you in the right direction. So I think it's a good system, good group of connections we've built too over the years.
Yeah,
We have
definitely some trusted
Great relationships
Yeah.
with all of our
suppliers. Yeah,
suppliers, and he used to be one of them. Nice here, so,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
So hopefully now you know what to expect from us when you get a hold of us for your free estimate, 3D rendering, and how the whole process will go. We appreciate you watching the second episode of our podcast. Can't wait for the third one. Glad you got to meet Drake, and appreciate you guys watching. Can't wait to meet you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.